Hey there and welcome to this episode. My name's Alex Cook and today we're talking about property investing. Now, I wanted to cover this topic because certainly around the world at the moment, there is a boom in residential real estate. Okay, so it's not just here in my home country, Australia, where property has gone nuts, as many people would tell you, but it's happening around the world. And what's the driver? Well, you know, the pandemic hit the world, people panicked, there was a massive slowdown in activity, but around the world the response has been pretty much the governments have pumped in billions and trillions of dollars in stimulus into the economic system. And one of the ways, of course, they do that is central banks through the lowering of interest rates. So in Australia now, the cash rate, as we call it, is at 0.1%, which basically means if you've got money in the bank, so you've got cash, term deposits, then they're earning you absolutely nothing. In fact, in reality, they're negative. When you allow for inflation, the rate of return on cash is in fact negative, which is very, very problematic. And of course, therefore, people are logically looking for other places. Where can I get a bit of yield from? Should I buy property? Should I buy shares? And so forth. So the big driver of housing and residential has been the cheap money that's sloshing around the system and the fact that it's extremely easy to borrow. Now, I see this as deeply concerning in the long run. You know, I've watched house prices in Australia over the last 30 years rise dramatically. And if you look at that, it's basically been due to a major tailwind of interest rates just coming down and down and down. Just in terms of a bit of history, if you were to buy a house in Australia back in 1990, you were paying interest rates of 17 or 18% on your home loan. Today, with our mortgage broking service, we can lend people money at less than 2%. Now, you never would have thought 10, 20 years ago that we would ever see rates this insanely low. And so I'd really urge you to think biblically about this and prayerfully consider before buying a house and entering into a massive amount of debt. Because here's the thing, the Bible warns us that debt can lead to slavery. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you will be enslaved by your debt, but it can enslave you. And to me, the greatest risk that we have in the Western world is that one day rates will rise. Okay, now when rates do finally rise and home loans go from 2% to 5% or more, then there are a lot of people who are essentially going to be enslaved to their mortgage. Now, I don't want that to be you, and God does not want that to be you either. So we do need to think very, very carefully about how much debt we take on to invest in property. Okay, so property is a good asset class. It's a tangible asset. You expect that over time it will rise at least in line with inflation. It doesn't rise necessarily nearly as much as people think it will. I mean, I've met over the years in my financial planning office, I have people come to me and they've bought a unit for $500,000 and 5 years later, guess what? It's still worth $500,000. I've seen with my own eyes and heard story after story of people buying property thinking it will go up and it'll double every 7 to 10 years, as real estate agents tell you. The reality is far different. And of course, the transaction costs for property are huge. In fact, you're pretty much down 10% the moment you buy a property because you've got huge stamp duties, you've got agent fees, you've got all these costs to buy and sell real estate. So you need to make 10% just to break even on the asset, okay? So be careful with property, don't borrow too much money, and very simply ask yourself, if I was to buy this property, what is the risk to me if interest rates were to double from here? How would that affect my family, my cash flow, and certainly as a Christian, your responsibility to live a generous life? So how would you be affected by all those sort of things? So I really want to urge you to think carefully before buying into this property market that's running hot. So thanks for watching. Have a great evening.